Alright everybody, we are on the move already today. We are heading to get some fuel, and then we're going to grab some coolant and a couple other things. We'll see you back at the garage. Who needs a funnel when you can pour like that? Alright, I don't know if you guys can hear me, but just put some coolant in it. We're gonna let it run. Make sure that we don't have any coolant leaks. This clamp here was leaking the other day. So I topped it off and we'll let it run for a little bit. Make sure there's no other leaks anywhere. I just did head gaskets and thermostats and everything on this, so we'll see what happens here. See, it's smoking a little bit, burning some of that old coolant. See what happens. I let this thing run for a few minutes and I noticed it was smoking over here. Down where that black plug is, right there. There's a couple bolts that go in right there, and there was oil coming out around the bolt heads, so took the two bolts out, sprayed some brake clean in there, and now I got them all RTV'd up. So I'm gonna stick them back in here, let them dry for a while. If we can find a hole. And then hopefully it should be good to go, because I really don't want to tear this thing apart again. Because as you can see, it's not very easy to get to down in there. All this fun stuff got to come out if I gotta tear it all back apart. So we're just trying to avoid that situation. Okay, we got our bolts in there. They're all snugged up, nice and tight. We're gonna let it sit. I don't know how many of you guys can relate, but I can never go a day without busting my knuckles open. It's pretty annoying after a while, but hey, it gets the job done. In case you guys are wondering, this is an 06 Subaru Outback, 2.5 non-turbo. And blew the head gasket. I don't know if it blew both of them, but I know it blew the spark plug wire out of this hole on this cylinder. So we pulled the engine just to make it a little easier and placed the head gaskets. We found that the heads were warped, threw a straight edge on them, found that they were warped, and one of them was cracked. So we got two reman heads, put them all back in. The right side was, well, they were both from Rock Auto. They were Subaru remans, whatever. But the rocker box on the right side here kept leaking oil, so we had to pull that all back apart, reseal it, put it back together, and it's just been a mess of tearing back apart, resealing, and I'm hoping that that is the last time I have to mess with it. I had the same problem with the water pump down there. I got a water pump and the main drive seal from the pulley to the turbine for the water pump was leaking, so I had to pull that back off. Got another one under warranty, put that on there, it was leaking, so then I just went with a whole different brand, and I think we got her all fixed up now. So we'll let her sit, and we will, after we let her sit for a couple days, we'll let her run for a little bit and make sure that all the leaks are taken care of, and should be good to go. Alright, right here is our next project for today, and not just today, for a while. This is a rear end out of a 51 Farmall H. Everything looks to be good, pretty good condition here. There's some leaves, don't worry about that. There's some water down the bottom too, because I didn't cover it up and it rained a couple days. I'm not too concerned with that. But I have a 48 Farmall H, and if you pull this cover off, that's your brake drum. Pull your brake drum off, there's a bearing inside of this housing here on both sides. and I was changing my brakes, and I noticed my seals were leaking, so I popped the seals out, changed them, and found out the bearings were kind of destroyed and blown apart. So we're going to start with pulling these covers off, pull the brake drums off, make sure that everything's good, all the bearings and everything. And then I think I'm going to pull these bowl gears out of here, these big guys here. As you can see, this is old oil that turned into like tar. It's pretty disgusting, and that's throughout the whole housing, all over the place. So I want to get as much of this big stuff out of the way as possible. So I want to pull these bowl gears so I can get down in behind into the housing, spray it all out, get everything nice and clean, put everything back together. I'm thinking I'm going to take the PTO off of my tractor and put it on here. But first we got to get started with pulling these covers and see what we got to deal with underneath. So I just picked this gun up, this monster gun from Mac Tools. Mac Tools, feel free to sponsor me. It's a 1/2 inch drive. I'm sure it's a little overkill for what we're doing here, but I don't have a 3/8 gun, so it'll do. Okay, these are your brake pads, obviously, inside of here. Yeah, the seals are out of this one. This is your brake drum. So we need to get this guy off, pull this out, pop the seal out, make sure our freaking bearings are okay. Well, that thing just ran away. I think this slides out, or at least it's supposed to. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so this is the seal that I was replacing on my tractor. Obviously it needs replaced on this one. You can see all the oil running out. So we'll pop that seal out and make sure our inner bearings are okay. Okay. Let's seal out. I hope that wasn't some sort of... Yeah. Maybe that's just where the... Maybe it's just a 2-piece seal, I'm hoping. If not, it's kind of foobarred. I don't know if you guys can see in there or not, because I can't. Oh jeez. I don't know, the bearing looks good in this. Looks like it's all together. It's just a ball bearing. Well, it's got a bunch of ball bearings the whole way around. It's not like a regular bearing that has like your tapered long cylinder type. It's just a bunch of balls in there. They're all intact. Actually, it looks like the keeper. You guys can't really see in there, but it looks like the keeper in there is I don't know. It kind of looks like it's going. I'll try to get this inner. I think that's a 2-piece seal. I'll try and get that out, and then we'll see what happens here. Alright guys, so after a lot more screwing around than expected, this is what I came up with. This is I think this is the inner seal, I think. But that's what it looks like after I got it out. Who knows if I was supposed to take it out or not. But, this here, I don't know if you guys can see that. But, this is the bearing. This retainer broke that separates all your ball bearings, and they all just flop around now. So, this is exactly what was wrong with my tractor, and this is why I got this rear end, so I could just bolt this whole thing on. But now, we're in a little deeper than expected to be. So in order to get this whole housing deal out, you have to pull these bolts off of the bull gear, pull these gears out, and somehow get this big housing out. So I'm not sure how far we'll get into this, but we'll start by trying to take this bull gear off, see where we get. Alright, so just found a wrench that'll fit this. I just put it on there, and it's not even tight. What's up with that? Unless somebody was in here digging before and they didn't tighten it back up, or if it worked itself loose over time. But this one looks like it's tight. Yeah, maybe not. Didn't expect those things to be loose, but it is what it is. So I don't know if you could just pull this guy off of here without losing any pieces down in the bottom here. Pull that out of there. Now does this just... I don't understand how... What, do you got to unbolt the axle and pull the whole axle out to get this bull gear off? That's almost what it looks like. Well, I'll have to do some research on that before we go any further. Alright guys, I just did some research. I couldn't find a whole lot of stuff on these Farmall H's on YouTube with dealing with the transmission here, but the axle housing and everything is gonna have to come off to get these bolt gears out in order to get this housing out. So since I couldn't find it a whole lot on YouTube, I'm gonna make that a separate video. So thank you guys for watching. If you haven't already, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification button, and I'll see you guys in the next one.